Hi guys, and welcome to what is my first weekly update of how the business is going. So last year I proved that you can make a bit of money selling bulk in the UK on eBay. This year, with all the stuff that I've learned from last year, we're going to try and see if I can do a better job and actually see if I can make some serious money like all the rest of the YouTubers seem to be able to do. So I've prepared some stuff. It may be a little bit overproduced. Again, let me know in the comments what you think of it. I've spent a little bit of time doing it, but hopefully it's a little bit more interesting than looking at some pages and spreadsheets. So let's have a look. Right, so starting off with the purchases that I made. These weren't made last week, they were made the week before. So this basically shows an example of the bulk orders I made. This here is a mixed set, including a lot of prismatic evolutions. The card you can see on the bottom right there, which is the Glaceon, unfortunately that one wasn't included. Instead I got a one piece which was arranged with the seller, so that was fine. As well as this, I managed to, I think I probably got a couple thousand bulk during this week, and that all arrived the week just gone. So this was ordered 2 weeks ago. Now this here is a little bit of a departure from what I usually do, which is I bought some hits, or what I consider to be hits, or not bulk in quotations. I saw the listing, it was up for £17, totted it all up, and essentially I realised I could sell it for a lot more than they were asking for. So I went for it, and that arrived this week. And lastly, this one isn't a purchase of cards, unfortunately, but I ran out of top loaders this week, so had to make an order of 50 top loaders. In terms of sales, I had a go at making some card bundles. I'd tried this in the past with no success, but I had another go, and this time I'm having a lot more success with it. I've managed to sell 400 cards in bulk, 2 lots of 200, the first of which, unfortunately, I didn't ask for enough, and after I'd figured out how much postage it was be, I think I ended up getting about 1 pence per card. The second bundle, I'd increased the price a little bit, and I think I ended up making about 3 pence a card for that, which is essentially what I pay for basic bulk. So yeah, it's better than it sitting in a box. I've started keeping a little bit aside for the card bundles that I haven't listed on the eBay, and this is where they go, just to try and recoup some of that money that's sitting around in the shelves. Right, now this was a real delight to see. So I was picking the cards for this order, and I realised that the person had picked out all the same artist. Excuse me. Shinji Kanda, which was fantastic. So I couldn't help but take a picture of that, and they look brilliant together. So I was really chuffed that I got this order. I'm always happy when I see people buying things that are obviously for sets, which is most of the selling I do. People trying to do master sets, and in this case just someone trying to collect all the same artists, so that was absolutely fantastic to see. Right, now this is what I got for those cards. So those non-bulk order I got, which I paid £17 for. Here's an idea of what I got after eBay fees, postage, eBay ads and all that sort of stuff. So here are the basic numbers, and essentially I sold 9 of the 11 during this week, and I made £31.95. So that's a really good return on that £17. I was really chuffed with that. And of course this week was the Chaos Rising pre-release, which I attended yesterday, and I used the pre-releases as a sort of jumping off point for getting bulk released to eBay and help people starting to collect the new set, essentially, and pick up some of the new cards. As you know, I offer it for some of the lowest prices, so it's just helpful for people I try and be that guy they come to for filling out the rest of their master sets, or indeed collecting artists like you saw a moment ago. Right, specifically from this, I've started selling some bulk today after listing it yesterday. And my Delphox stamped card unfortunately had a small ding at the top of it, a little dent. You can't really see it on this picture, but I offered it out low, and somebody ordered it, and I reached out and just to confirm that they knew it was damaged, and he said that he was picking it up for his daughter, who kept on trying to grab his. So it's nice to know that went to a good home, and that's going to be appreciated by a little girl. So I'm assuming a little girl and not a grown daughter. There we go. So that's underway now. Chaos Rising is up on the eBay, and I haven't got many cards. A build and battle deck will get you roughly 90 to 100 bulk cards for a particular set. So there's going to be a lot more acquiring Chaos Rising over the next couple of months. Try and keep up with demand. Right, now this is an interesting one. So I've tried to I'm trying to get an idea of which sets are selling and in what volumes, and how that compares to previous weeks. Excuse me. The orange is last week and the blue is this week. So you can see here that there's lots of old sets like Fates Collide, Vivid Voltage, Pokemon Go, Silver Tempest that sold last week. I haven't had any sales, sorry, sold the week before last. I haven't seen any sell in the last week. However, I have had some Ground Zenith sell, Paldea Evolved, Journey Together, and of course you can see there on the end Chaos Rising now. The interesting one is the Perfect Order. As you can see, the week before last, I sold an awful lot of Perfect Order, most of that being the reverse hollows. As soon as I get reverse hollows in, they disappear. I can't seem to keep them in stock. And that's what most of those are, though some of them will have been the normal bulk as well. And you can see a steep drop off there, and that's because I stopped buying bulk for Chaos Rising, for Perfect Order, because I knew I had Chaos Rising coming, and I was trying to recoup a little bit of money ready for jumping in on the new set. But yeah, I think that's quite a handy little graph that shows you an idea of which sets are selling, and I thought it was interesting, and I've got the data to hand because of my spreadsheet, so I thought I'd share that. Right, now, here are the numbers. So, cards listed, 26,154. I think I listed about 700 in the week, or maybe I listed about 1,000, but I've sold nearly 600. So, I'll have a better idea of how the numbers are going up and down as these weekly updates go out, because I'll have the previous week's numbers. But I'm guesstimating that I added about 700 to the total on the eBay store. In terms of orders, I had 50 orders. That's 24 less than the previous week. Cards sold, nearly 600, and that was a little bit more than the previous week. In terms of how much sales I made, that's £159 of sales, which is £25 less than the previous one. Again, a large part of that is the fact that I wasn't picking up any new Perfect Order and recuperating those cards and keeping that going. Expenses, 55. That's down 139. Now, previous week was the first week of the month, and in that comes the £32 for the eBay store, which allows me to have 250 free, in quotations, listings, so I don't have to pay out. It also gives me access to the discounts I need to make the cards cheaper than £1 each, because as you know, I sell pretty much all my cards sell for half price. So if I'm listing it for £1, the customer's paying 50p. This week all I had was the sending stuff out and buying the top loaders, so it's much less there. Because of that, as you can see, the weekly profit £103.87, which is a massive increase over the previous week, which was £113.63 more. So I was in the negative last week, as you can see from the graph on the right there. There's a little bit of a dip before it starts shooting back up again. But that there was really encouraging to see. So that's a nice little bit of profit, but I have to keep in mind that that doesn't include any buying that week. But yeah. And then total profit for the whole time, this is over the last year and the start of this year, we're looking at £728.71, which is an increase from last week of 103, which is obviously the weekly profit, yeah. Sorry, I got a bit confused there by my own numbers. So yeah, really encouraged by that. Things are moving in the right direction. I'm going to have to do more acquisitions this week, so we get a better idea of an average week next week, and let's see if we can get those sales up along with the acquisitions to see if we can keep this momentum going. On the right hand side, you can see just some basic eBay numbers that I find are important. Feedback, I've got 804 positive feedbacks, 100% positive, so I'm really chuffed about that. That's gone up probably, again, I don't know the exact numbers, it's probably gone up by about 20 over the last week. Yeah, going in the right direction. Return buyers, 10%, that's usually where I hover, but I want to keep track of that and see if I can start getting more return buyers, because I seem to get a lot of return buyers, but then I look at this and it's just 10%, so I think that can be better. I want to keep track of that. And followers, so I'm not entirely sure what followers does on eBay, whether it alerts people that I get new stock in. I'm not 100%, I should probably find that out. It's 130, and I think I started off the week with 122, so again, that's moving in the right direction. Overall, really quite happy. I wanted to try and set some goals part of these videos as well. So socials, I've got an Instagram. I don't think anyone pays any attention. I don't get any likes or anything like that, so I'm obviously not posting anything that anyone cares about, because no one cares about bulk, unfortunately. Everyone wants those hit cards, and if you're not posting them, you're not going to really get any engagement. So I thought I'd include the YouTube subs here. So I'm hoping by the end of the year to have 200. I'm at 19 at the moment. Thank you to the 19 of you that subscribed. Hopefully you're watching this video. And if you want to follow this story as I go ahead and follow my progress, then feel free to subscribe. Goals on eBay. Right, feedback. I've got 802 at the moment. It seems to make sense that by the end of the year I might be able to get somewhere around 1600 if I carry on at the same trajectory. Followers, I'm at 230. I haven't updated that, but I'm hoping to get to 250 by the end of the year. Hopefully that's something I can manage. And profit, now this one is highly unlikely, but got to be positive and optimistic. I'd like to get 300 per month on profit. If I can manage that, I'll be a very happy boy indeed. But we'll have to see if that's something that I can achieve. And as it says there, you have been updated. Right, I'll try and keep this as short and sweet as possible. Yeah, if you've enjoyed this video and you want to see the progress going forwards, please subscribe, like the video. If you like what I did there with all the fancy display of the pictures and the graphs and whatnot, then let me know down in the comments. Also, if you think I'm missing out any prime information that you'd like to be included as well, let me know down in the comments, and I'll see what I can do for you. Right, hopefully I see you next week. Cheers, guys.